Welcome to my home. I wanted to give you a tour of some of the little accessibility features that we have in our home that make it accessible to a wheelchair user. Now, my husband is a C6 quadriplegic, injured 21 years ago. Come on in, let's have some fun. All right, so let's get started. We do live in suburbia. However, one thing I wanted to show you in terms of accessibility is the sidewalk here, and that there's no curb cut. So most of the other houses in this neighborhood have a curb cut, and this one does not. Did have to get special permission from the city in order to have a curb cut like that, but I gotta tell you, my daughter loves it because that makes for an amazing bicycle rollerblading nirvana. All right, so here we have our 3 Mini Coopers. We do have a 3-car garage, which we're super fortunate to be able to do that. Let's just show you around in here. So this is the man cave, and this was actually a gift from me to my husband for our anniversary last year. Always signed his email signatures with onward and upward. This is a true man cave here. And we're still able to fit 3 cars, but then we have this accessibility with a ramp here. This ramp is the main access into our home. So I just want to point out one other thing here. All of our cars are outfitted with hand controls, and I can still drive this car just like you would normally. And so I can still use the brake and the gas normally. But as you can see, when I push on the brake or the gas, that it actually moves this hand control. So it can work with either someone could be operating the hand control, could still drive it normal with the foot pedals. And so that's a feature we have in all of these cars here, and I just went ahead and got it in my car because it's handy, I think, to have your husband take your car for oil changes, etc. So I really wouldn't do it any other way. I like to have the hand controls in my car because, hey, then he'll take it for me and get it maintained, and he'll also take it and get my car cleaned for me. So that's super handy. He'll take the minis and have them detailed one by one, and so I love having the hand controls in my car. When I was recovering from bunion surgery, I was able to still drive my car, which is nice. We also have a refrigerator, outdoor refrigerator right here, which is fully stocked with everything that you could possibly need for a party. Not that we do much partying. This is Minerva. She's a very special car. We love her to death. Also has completely outfitted with hand controls, and I'll have to do a whole video on this car because she is just completely spec'd out for someone who is a wheelchair user. All right, so the laundry area here, really important for someone with a chair. Then he can also do the laundry. Having drawers, these pull-out drawers where he can just reach in, grab. These Tide Pods are really nice for someone who doesn't have great dexterity, and then we just keep that open, and then he can be able to reach in and grab what he needs when he needs it. I do think it's very important in terms of laundry that a person is able to do the laundry or help with the laundry. Actually, he does the laundry. Who am I kidding? I fold it. He does the loads of laundry, dries them, and then takes them out to the couch area, which is kind of our laundry folding area, and then I fold it and put it away. So we work really well together as a team. All right, so moving on to the hallway here. This is kind of the get ready station, I guess you could say, just before you go out the door, that everything is here, keeping keys or whatever else is needed at this station. We are not going to go in there because that's my daughter's room and that's her bathroom, so we'll leave that area out of it. We have these gorgeous murals, which are kind of hard to see right now in this lighting. Had an artist paint these walls, and it's just very, very beautiful to have this feature in the house. All right, so let's just continue onward in the tour. And there's something I wanted to show you about these door hinges. So see how these hinges are wider than a normal door hinge? And I'll kind of show you to do a comparison here. On this door here, that it kind of pops out the door so that it makes an area a little bit more narrow. And so what these door hinges do is they make it so that the door goes completely flush against the wall, and then the door isn't just sticking out. Now these are hinges that you can just go and buy from Home Depot or Lowe's, and they make a huge difference. It's just this wider door hinge that makes the door go flush against the wall. It still is going to close just like a normal door, but those hinges make a huge difference. Hello. This area here is my office. I did get myself the purple iMac, which I'm absolutely in love with right now. It is amazing. And I teach classes from the station, so I got myself a standing desk. And what I found is my neck was hurting pretty badly, standing at this all day to teach. And so I did just get this other station over here so I could sit down occasionally when we're having more group activities, and then I can still stand if I'm doing a formal lecture of some sort. And so the system's been working pretty well for teaching. This area is also accessible to my husband, so if he needed to get up underneath the desk or even under this desk, that he would be able to, not that he ever does because this is my workstation. All right, so that's kind of my office area. And coming through here, we have double doors so that he can get through here pretty easily. And right here behind me, we have an elevator. So this originally in the house was a closet. In modifying the house, we blew out this closet and then turned it into an elevator. So there have been some modifications to this house. All right, so we do have some lights that go on automatically when you open up this door. Chris has his Hot Wheel collection here. And let me turn this light on. All right. So another mural in the elevator, which is really pretty cool. And there's shelving here where we can store all kinds of things, decorate all around here. The entire ceiling has a mural, and so I think that is a good tip. So I will say, for someone who has to have an elevator, why not make it the coolest freaking elevator that you possibly can by just adding all kinds of cool features to it. Let's take this elevator down to the basement, and then I'll kind of show you the rest of the house from there. All right, elevator door is closed. So this is just a normal elevator, pretty old, where we just activate it by pushing the button down. The door will lock if you take the elevator down to the basement. Our rule around here is that no one is allowed to use the elevator except for Chris, unless we have special permission. If I'm moving the Christmas tree up and down, I will take it on the elevator just because it's easier, but I let him know. I kind of do all the safety checks that you would do in the hospital, like, I'm on the elevator, I'm taking it down, the elevator's downstairs, and then I make sure if I take the elevator down, I cannot then take the stairs back up. I have to take the elevator back. And the other rule is that the elevator has to stay on the floor where Chris is, because that way he always knows that the elevator is where he is. This just kind of sinks down on hydraulics. We have had to have elevator repair guys come out and get into this area here to replace wires, and so it does require some maintenance. Take a look at these cool little things here. What do you call them? They're these wooden cars. They're just really cute. Kind of have them everywhere around the house. And Chris knows a whole bunch more about cars. Here you can see that the door is here, and then we're coming down to the downstairs door. So let's just keep going. We can go up and down. All right, and there's some cool stuff here. All right, here we go, down to the basement. All right, so here we are down in the basement. Now, someone with a spinal cord injury has what's called poikilothermism, and that is kind of like a reptile. And so if you think of a reptile, that they're considered cold-blooded, and so their body temperature doesn't adjust, it doesn't cool itself or warm itself in the same way. Now, with a spinal cord injury, there's an inability to sweat below the level of injury, and that's compounded with some cardiovascular changes that make it more difficult to warm the body up if needed or cool the body down. So on a super hot day like today, where it's going to be 100 degrees outside, we have to take some measures to keep Chris cool. And he's outdoors all day working, and so he bought one of these neck coolers, so I can roll some ice in there and he can wrap it around his neck, or we can put it under cool water, but he's gonna have to really be careful today. He also has a hat, and luckily they have an area where he can go into air conditioned area if he needs to cool down. When we're at home, using the basement is a nice idea, and I'll kind of show you some other things that we do to keep cool around the house. All right, I'm gonna turn off the light in here. Close the door. Now, just in case Chris comes home, I am going to go ahead and send the elevator back up. Very important. And have you look at this in the meantime. This is really cool. And this. Check this out. So Chris was an Olympic torchbearer. I'm so excited for Olympics to come back. This was the Winter Olympics that he participated in, and he got to carry the Olympic torch, and that's him. I don't have to try to remember to send it back up.